guys, welcome to this week's demo. So this week I wanted to share with you this amazing product that's called an Aqua Shimmer pen. So let me just show you first when you purchase one of these how to get it started. So what you need to do is you take off the top, this neon piece, you pop out. This little piece right here is what's going to be inserted into the rest of the pen here. So it's a little tube that goes in. So then once you have the neon piece out, you take this, you twist it together, and then you snap it in place. Okay. Then you pull this off. Then you have just your brush tip at the end here, and then this here is filled with that shimmer medium. Okay. So that's how to get this pen started. So I'm going to show you all of the fun things you can do with this pen because it is amazing. So they call it the Aqua Shimmer pen because if you squeeze this out, you squeeze your medium through here, it actually has a medium here. I'm not sure you can even see that here, but it's actually shimmery and it's kind of like a iridescent shimmer, I would say. So the original idea with this brush here is that you can take a patterned paper, like this one for example, and you can go on here, and because this is like an iridescent, like clear, basically you can just kind of put it on any part of this of your patterned paper, and it will make those parts shimmery. So if you're a glitter person and you love glitter, but you don't necessarily love like how long it takes for glitter and glue to dry, or let's say you just don't really like the idea of like a chunky glitter, you want something that's like a little bit more elegant or a little bit more beautiful, this is a great way to go because it is extremely metallic, extremely glittery. I'm not even sure you guys can actually see that. It's right here. Oh, there it is, catches the light. You can see how glittery that is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love it. So, that being said, you can kind of take it to, you know, make it very, very shimmery. You can always squeeze more of this out to create like a little puddle of shimmer here, and then you can add it onto pretty much any color. Okay, and it does look a little wet at first as the medium dries there, but then you end up with shimmer. And it is, like I said, it is really, really gorgeous. I'm going to try and catch the light here so you can see this is the one that has the shimmer on it. It's kind of hard to see. There it is. You can see that shimmer effect on there. It's very, very cool. Okay, so now that you know how to use it, now I'm going to show you how to use it in lots of fun different ways. So if you're looking to do kind of like a fun, like maybe galaxy scene of some kind, you can kind of squirt some out over here so you're creating like a little puddle of it. And then you can do on your paper here, you can just kind of splatter. And the splatter then becomes shimmery, which is amazing. The wetter your brush tip is, the larger the splatter is going to be. Okay, so and also the harder you hit it is also going to make a difference. Okay, so what I've done here is I've done splatter across my shimmer splatter across my entire dark page here. Then when it dries, all of this will be beautiful and shimmery. Oh yeah, you can see that there in the light. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, I just love the look of this. And it lands a little bit more on the silvery tones, kind of a silver iridescent. The iridescent part of it makes it look good on any color of paper, which I really, really love. Okay. All right, so that's how to use your Aqua Shimmer pen just by itself, just as is. Okay, but let's play around with some other ideas. So I stamped this image out. What you can do is you can take your Tombow markers, which are these, and Tombow markers, you can actually color on, this is my craft mat here, it's a white craft mat. I'm actually just going to color right onto my craft mat here so I can get my different colors. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pick up the color and then I can actually watercolor with it. Look at this, and the watercolor is shimmery. It is amazing. So I'm just going to go in here and just add in my different colors. What's cool about this pen is that because the medium is flowing through here, that color is not only going to not stay on there for very long, but it actually creates this beautiful kind of ombre effect when you have your kind of darker areas and then you have your lighter areas. Okay, so because eventually this pen is going to head back to clear. You can see here how even though I just had that color on there, that's all going to be back to the clear shimmery again. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see the shimmer in this lighting, but trust me, it's there. Oh, I almost caught that. There we go. You can see the shimmer there. So you can also take your darker colors and go in and add your kind of darker shades. Oh my gosh, that color is beautiful. And then again, it's shimmery, which just makes it even more wonderful. And as we color this, you can see how already the color is lightening up as we're the color's kind of coming off of the brush here. And then again, it's kind of heading back to the clear color. Okay, which is super, super fun. So you can kind of do like your tone on tones or take your time doing like some fun coloring here. But it's just, watercoloring is way more fun when the end result is shimmery. That's kind of how I feel about this. We'll add some more color in here on the wings. I love this stamp set. It's one of my favorites. This dragonfly is just absolutely stunning. And the details in it are perfect. The ink that I used is the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, because VersaFine Clair ink is totally waterproof once it's dry, which means it's great for doing watercolors on because the lines are not going to move at all. Okay. Okay. I'll add in some more color down here. All right, and then just to finish off the card, make it look a little bit more complete, what you can do is actually squeeze the shimmer pen into the ink that's already here. So all of this liquid kind of squirts over here and kind of creates like a puddle of color. And then you can do that splatter technique we were talking about on here. And again, this just kind of makes the card just look a little bit more finished, because sometimes a splatter background just looks better than just a plain old boring solid color background. And I kind of like it because it makes it look kind of like the dragonfly is like flying through like a field of like pollen or something kind of fun. Isn't that beautiful and so cool? Look how shimmery that is. Oh my gosh. So shimmery. I just love it. And all the splatter is shimmery as well. Okay, so now we have all of this color and shimmer that's just here on our craft mat here. So let's like take this and kind of spread it out a little bit, and then we can mix in, do something with our color here. So you can kind of squirt this out a little bit. All right, so I have this paper here. This paper is called Chrome Coat. I used it last week for demo as well. And what it is that it's a glossy paper on one side and just a matte, like normal paper on the back side. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna press this down. And this is called doing a monoprint, when you press it and then pull up like this. Okay, and so the shimmer back here, or this background monoprint, is actually shimmery, which is so, so cool. And I want all of this ink to be on my card here. So I'm just gonna kind of press and kind of just do like little things like this, and I can kind of move it around a little bit if I want to, kind of creating like an interesting kind of effect. If you can see that there, it's just really interesting and kind of weird, but it's all shimmery. Okay, you can kind of smear this around a little bit and kind of move the ink around as you're kind of smearing this. Okay, so you kind of just get like a really weird kind of interesting background, and you can kind of smear it however you'd like. Then, since we still have a little bit of shimmer over here, you can even do the splatter technique on top of that. So there's lots that you can do on your little piece of chrome coat here. And I think that I actually would like to bring in another color of shimmer here to my shimmery background creation. And I'm going to work in the same kind of family here, so I'm probably going to lay down a little bit of some purple as well. Again, kind of squeeze this out a little bit. Kind of reactivate that. Again, it's super shimmery, which is amazing. I'm going to lay this down. And I'm just kind of creating like a fun, kind of interesting, kind of swooshy background. But I don't know if you can see this on here, but it is extremely shimmery. Oh my gosh, look at all that glitter. Oh, it's so shimmery, it's so beautiful. And then as it dries, what's really interesting about this paper is that you can see all of the textures from the ink in the paper. This is called a permeable surface, which means that the ink is going to fall below the glossy, and once it totally dries, you can't move the ink at all. Even though a watercolor, these markers, the Tombow markers, they move with water, on the chrome coat paper, they will never move. It's really cool once the ink dries. I'm gonna grab my heat gun so we can heat set this and see the effect and see what happens. And as another added fun effect, you could even take this and put clear embossing powder on it because some of the ink is still wet. In fact, we might play with that next because that would be really, really cool. All right, take our heat gun here, move the shimmer pen. Right, so now you can see this really cool pattern that's on here. Isn't this gorgeous what's happened here? I love that. Kind of looks like an oil slick almost. It's just really, really cool. And then you have this shimmer in here as well. I don't know if you guys can see that right here where that light hits, but that's all shimmery. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. That effect is just absolutely stunning. So that is one of the cool things that you can do with the chrome coat paper. All right, so once again, we have some of this like shimmer kind of ink out here and it's all still like activated, and so let's go ahead and use that in another fun way. So I'm going to just use, once again, I just love working with this chrome coat paper. I'm going to use my wave stencil here, and this is just, it's called a blending sponge. It's a sponge that holds ink or color, and I'm just going to use this to pick up some of the color that's down here, and that way I'm going to kind of press it on. And I don't want this to be very wet because if it's too wet, the image will not, the stenciled image will not be very crisp. Okay, so as I'm kind of picking up some color here, it's super shimmery color. It's going to be amazing. And I'm just kind of dabbing it on here. So I'm just very lightly applying the ink. Okay. All right. Okay. That way I'm not wasting any of my ink that's out here. I can use it all. And then we'll see how it kind of comes together here. I think it's going to come out quite nice because these sponges are really great for stenciling because you can just dab on the amount of ink that you need and not accidentally overdo it or apply too much. Especially because this ink out here is not super wet, so it makes it so it's not going to squish on and then leak into all of the crevices of the stencil. Look how beautiful! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with that. And it's shimmery. I don't know if I can catch the light again. Oh, yep, there we go. You can see how shimmery it is. Isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh, I just love, 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 love that effect there. So you get kind of a shimmery look on your paper, but it also is in the shape of a stencil. So that can be really, really cool too. And because remember we squeeze this out with different colors of our Tombow markers, you can really control where that color is, what color you're going to use, and you can make different like palettes. You can do like green and blue and purple, and then you can kind of create like that ombre effect if you wanted to, which is super, super neat. So just some fun ideas for you to use your shimmer pen in a different way. All right, well, let's say that you love glitter so, so much that maybe you're wanting to use your watercolor palette. I love doing this. I'm going to just preempt this by saying be just very careful. If you are not a huge fan of glitter, you might not want to do this because when I do this technique, I end up getting shimmer in my watercolor palette. But again, I love shimmer, so I'm okay with that. All right, so basically what you can do is you can create kind of a fun little image here. I think I'm just going to draw a little picture real fast so I can just show you about doing some watercolors there. Oh, let's see here. I'm just going to grab my little paper here. And I'm going to use a pen that I know is going to be waterproof when it's dry. Oh my gosh, I don't have any of them right here next to me. Well, this one will just have to do here. Actually, I'm going to use one of my favorite pens. This is called a glaze pen. A glaze pen is a deep, dark, super dark, it's like a gel pen, almost like a really juicy gel pen. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love everything mushroom related so much. So having, I'm just going to draw a quick little mushroom here. But the black fine line pen here, that's kind of like a gel pen style, is so fun to draw with because the color just, or the black ink just glides across the paper. It's just absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'll just add some more like fun little shapes here, just make it as magical as possible. And some little dots here. I love the glaze pen because, like I said, it's like a really juicy gel pen, but it bonds actually to acrylic paint, and it's totally waterproof once it's dry, which is really, really cool. So I'm just gonna add a couple little things here, and I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love everything like mouse related, so I'm gonna draw a little mousy guy there. Okay, on a little rock. All right, so we're gonna let this dry for just a moment here while we get out our little watercolors. Okay, I have to stop drawing so that I can let it dry. All right, so this ink does take a little bit longer to dry, so while we're working on and doing that, I'm just gonna set this to the side for just a moment. And I'm going to show you just one other thing with the Shimmer pen just by itself. If you have a piece of dark paper, you can actually do some fun lettering on it. So, so cool. So we'll just do our fun lettering. I'm just going to write hello. Boop. All right. Okay. So then, when it's dry, you can see how it catches the light and is shimmery. Just look at that glitter. Oh my gosh. So, so cool. So just another fun way to use your fun shimmer pen. All right, so back to doing the watercoloring. All right, now that my ink is pretty much dry, hopefully it's dry enough here, we can go in and we can start adding a little bit of color here. So I'm gonna go in and add in just some colors kind of in here, but you can see not only can you then just use your watercolors like normal, of course it is adding shimmer into the watercolor palette, so keeping in mind that if you are going to do this technique, you really need to be aware that your colors are going to be shimmery for a while. I love glitter, so I'm not really too worried about it, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up so you're not shocked. And then because the color actually comes off, you can actually get this really beautiful kind of ombre effect where you have the dark and then the light, which is super, super cool. So you go in here and add in your darker tones down here at the bottom. And then on our little mousy guy over here, we'll just color him kind of gray color. All right. And then oh, I need my little rock here at the bottom underneath the little mouse to then be kind of black color. And some ground. We'll just add some ground in here somewhere. And then we'll add in some green for the little sprigs. All right. And then of course, the best part, which is adding in the red for the top of the mushroom, the most vibrant part of the whole painting here. And we're just gonna put this on right here. And once again, is just so amazingly glittery. So we're going to just put this, I like to put the darker colors in like the corners first, and then work my way up to the lighter color as the color is kind of coming off of the brush. So then that way it's like the light is hitting the top of the mushroom, and that's where the lightest color is going to be, and then the darkest color, which is going to be down here in the corners, that is where I'm going to put most of my color there. Okay, and then because I want my card to all kind of be cohesive, I'm just going to do a little puddle of splatter down here, or a little puddle of color rather, and then I can do some fun splatter techniques on here. I'm going to spread this out so I can actually get to this. And then I can do my fun red splatter, so that way it all kind of ties in, and I might as well do it on the back of my card too. Okay, and there we have our extremely shimmery mushroom painting. Isn't this so cool? Again, I'm not really sure you guys can actually see the shimmer here, but trust me, it is amazingly shimmery, and it is very, very fun. All right, you guys, so that is today's demo. I hope you guys had lots of fun. Thank you for joining me for the demo of the day, or rather the demo of the whole week. I try to get them done on Wednesdays, but it doesn't always happen, so but that's just life. That's just how it goes. All right, so there's all your fun ideas today for using your Aqua Shimmer pen in new and exciting ways. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you have a fun day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.